Hello everybody, this is Borock, and I'm here with the head of CBCS. Steve, can you please tell us a little about yourself?
Well, let me see, I've been a collector since I can remember. As a dealer, then when first grading service came into effect, they looked for somebody who was trusted by both dealers and collectors, and my name was on the top of the lists. So they pegged me to open the first grading service, and everybody said it wouldn't work. We made sure it worked, and now it's industry standard. Then left and went to Heritage Auctions, the largest auction house in the world for collectibles, and worked there for 4 years as senior consignment director. And then I got a chance to open up my own grading service that I owned a piece of, and went for it. So that's when CBCS came into existence, and we've been killing it ever since.
So tell us a little about CBCS.
Okay, we're a third-party, independent comic book grading service. We also authenticate signatures for creators, especially ones that are no longer around. We do a 28-point digital mapping to make sure that these signatures are real, just like the FBI does. And we encapsulate the comic, of course, and so it's tamper-proof and tamper-evident, sorry. And everybody can enjoy their book. We've been around now for 3 years, and the growth has been fantastic. We just got acquired by a Fortune 500 company, so now we have resources we never had before, and really getting really geared up to an amazing year in 2018.
That's fantastic. What markets are you guys looking to go into now that the acquisition has gone through?
The only market we're going to be moving into right away is magazines, comic book magazines, and we're going to move heavier into the signatures and keep grading. That's really the whole thing, is making sure that people get their books graded correctly. We do also original art, if it fits in the holder, and so we're moving that program heavily, and we do photos, signed photos, but that's a very small part. We're going to look to make it much larger.
So why should we come to CBCS? Tell us.
Well, we're professionals, so we know what we're doing. When you buy a book, you want to make sure that there's no restoration, that the pages have been counted, that the grade is at least close to what you thought it was. You want to make sure that you didn't get taken for a ride. And we're like the good housekeeping seal of approval. And we hire hobbyists only for grading and for witnessing. So it's people who actually care about the hobby, which means we care about the collectors and the dealers and all sorts, the hobbyists in general.
Can you explain the process if someone comes to give you their comic? What happens to it?
Sure.
Before it gets a grade?
Absolutely. The books get brought to us. We fill out a form for them, so they have a receipt, of course. You never want to take somebody's money and not give them a receipt for what they do. When it gets back to the office, first thing that gets checked is that the books are correct and they match up with the invoice. Then they get put into the computer, gets put into the safe, and gets waited to be graded. And at that point, the first grader puts in the data, so the title, issue number, year, all the information you want, the key comments, first appearance of Superman, first appearance of the Punisher, anything like that. Or if it's just a cameo of a hero, we'll say, cameo of Captain America. We count the pages to make sure the pages are all there. We check for restoration to make sure the book hasn't been touched with color touch or glue or anything like that. It then goes off to another grader, gives it a grade, then goes off to a finalizer like me, and I make sure that I like the grade of the book, that they gave it. If I don't, I change the grade, or I ask somebody else in the grading room what do they think to make sure that I'm not being too strict or too loose, and then it goes to encapsulation. It gets put into an archival safe interior well, then gets sealed in with the label with all the information on it, and then it gets put into an outer shell, which is tamper evident. and so you'd know if somebody broke into it or not. After that, it gets shipped out to the customer, and after that, the customer's very happy, or hey, if they thought it was a higher grade and they got a lower grade, they're not always so happy, but that's just the grading game.
Totally understand. How long is the process from beginning to the owner getting their comic book back?
Well, it takes a long time to get the books to grading and to encapsulation. So it can take anywhere from 1 day, we have 1 day service, to anywhere from to 16 weeks, depending on what service you pick.
So what do you see as the comic or character that has the most activity in terms of grading?
Oh, Spidey. Spider-Man is king right now.
Get out of here.
Oh yeah,
Not
Spider-Man's
Batman?
king.
Superman?
Superman and Batman are there too, but we see more Spider-Man books than anything else.
What about female characters?
Female characters? Well, Wonder Woman is exploding right now, as you know, and Batgirl, but especially Harlequin. We see more Batman Adventures 12's the first Harlequin than any other modern book probably. Everybody wants that book.
Is there anything that you would like to see in the future in terms of comics or grading, or anything that you see coming up?
Well, I'd like to see. We're actually working on a better holder, better labels, hiring more graders, getting the turnaround times down to faster speed. There's so much I'd like to see, but I have a list of 1,000 things.
Well, I just want to say thank you very much. How can we reach you? Or
Thank you. You can reach us at cbcscomics.com, and we have a toll-free number. Anybody can call and get customer service. Just go to the website or just Google CBCS Comics, and we'll come up.
Thank you very much. Good luck in your endeavor, and best wishes for everything you do.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the time.